The early light of dawn spills across the African savanna, brushing the horizon with strokes of gold and amber. The wind carries the distant hum of life, the cry of a bird, the rustle of tall grass, the heartbeat of a world that has existed long before men came to measure it. And there, among the whispering grass and dust, a lone figure walks. A ranger, his boots worn, his face carved by years of sun and silence. In his eyes, the reflection of something deeper than duty, a quiet respect for the untamed soul of the wild. He stops near a dry patch of earth, where faint paw prints mark the ground. Massive, round, and heavy. Lion tracks. But these are not the confident strides of a hunter. They drag slightly, uneven, tired. The ranger kneels, tracing one print with his fingertips. He whispers to himself, "He's slowing down." For years, this ranger had followed the same pride, watched cubs grow into hunters, watched hunts turn into feasts, and seen the law of the wild play out without mercy or favor. Among them was one lion, old, battle-scarred, majestic. The locals called him Kuma, the spirit of the plains. He had ruled this territory for nearly a decade, fathering generations, defending his pride through storms, droughts, and wars with rival males. But time is the one enemy no lion can defeat. The ranger had noticed it months ago. Kuma's roar had softened, his movements slower, his eyes dimmer. Younger males had begun circling near his pride, sensing weakness. And now the ranger feared what he already knew. The old king was near his final days. He sets up camp not far from a lonely acacia tree where vultures circle lazily above. Hours pass. The sun burns fiercely, the wind grows still, and the air feels heavy with the scent of memory. Then at last, he sees him. The lion lies under the shade, his mane matted with dust, his body thinner than the ranger remembers. He lifts his head weakly as the man approaches, not with aggression, but with recognition. They have met many times before, through binoculars, across watering holes, in moments of quiet observation that shaped a bond neither could explain. The ranger crouches a few meters away. His voice is soft. "Hey, old boy, you've come far." The lion exhales, a long, weary sigh, eyes half closed. The ranger sits down, keeping his distance, knowing that in this sacred space between predator and protector, silence speaks louder than words. For 3 days, the ranger stays near him. He brings water, leaves meat nearby, though he knows the lion barely eats. Each night, the ranger listens to the whisper of insects, the cry of hyenas in the distance, and the slowing rhythm of the lion's breath. And then one afternoon, something shifts. The wind changes. The ranger hears roars, distant, but growing louder. Familiar voices. He rises quickly, scanning the horizon. Dust rises in the distance. Shapes move against the golden light. The pride is coming. One by one, the lions appear. Lionesses, young males, cubs. They move carefully, their eyes locked on the old lion. The ranger steps back, heart pounding, camera forgotten in his hand. What he witnesses next will stay with him forever. The pride surrounds the old lion in silence. The lionesses nuzzle him gently, licking his mane, their bodies brushing against his in quiet farewell. The cubs, unsure, watch from behind their mothers. The younger males lower their heads. No growling, no challenge, only respect. The ranger's throat tightens. He has seen death before, but never such grace. The old lion tries to stand. His muscles tremble, but he rises, inch by inch until he's upright, facing the pride. He looks at them, then turns his gaze to the horizon, where the sun begins to dip into fire. And then he roars. It's not loud, it's not powerful, but it's beautiful, deep, raw, and ancient. It echoes across the savanna, through every blade of grass, every heartbeat, every tear that the ranger cannot hold back. It is a roar of memory, of love, of life itself. The pride answers, one roar, then another, until the entire savanna vibrates with the song of unity. The ranger lowers his head, overwhelmed. Minutes later, the lion collapses. His chest rises once more, then stills. The ranger doesn't move. The pride gathers closer, lion beside him, their bodies forming a circle. The old lion's reign has ended, but his spirit remains, shared in the quiet breathing of those he led. Night descends. The stars come out, bright and endless. The ranger lights a small fire and sits beside it, the flickering flames dancing on his tired face. The pride remains nearby, watching the horizon. For a moment, the ranger feels as if time itself has stopped, as if man and beast, life and death, all exist together in this one eternal moment. He whispers softly, "Thank you for letting me see what no human should ever see." Hours later, the pride begins to move. The new male, strong, confident, steps forward and lowers his head near the old lion's mane. Then he turns to the ranger. For a few seconds, their eyes meet. Not in hostility, but in understanding. The wild knows who belongs to it, and who simply walks within it. The pride fades into the dark, their shapes swallowed by the tall grass. The ranger sits alone, the fire slowly dying, the silence heavy and sacred. He stays until morning. When dawn finally breaks, the ranger buries the spot in stones, not a grave, but a memory. He places one small tag on a rock, Kuma, king of the plains. No one else will ever see it, but that doesn't matter. The savanna remembers. Before leaving, he takes one last look at the empty plain. For a brief second, the wind shifts, and in the dust, he thinks he sees the outline of the lion, strong again, golden mane shining under the morning light. The ranger smiles faintly. "Goodbye, my friend," he whispers. "The plains are yours again." He starts the jeep, and as it rolls away, the sound of the engine fades beneath the cries of distant birds. Life goes on. New cubs will be born, new kings will rise, storms will come and go. But somewhere in the heart of the savanna, an old lion still walks, watching, guarding, remembered. And now the ranger knows he'll never see him again. He also knows that every time the wind moves through the grass, every time a lion roars at sunset, a part of that old king still lives, in the wild, in the land, and in the soul of the man who refused to let him die alone.